Right now, another social media challenge threatening school violence tomorrow. How local districts are responding.
Plus, as the wind dies down, a look at some of the damage left behind across Wisconsin from last night's storm.
And it comes down to the fifth set. Highlights from Columbus, Ohio, how the Badger volleyball team punched a ticket to the NCAA Finals. News 3 Now at 10 starts right now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Talk of a new challenge on the social media app TikTok has parents and teachers worried about student safety at school.
Some parents we spoke with tonight say they'll even keep their kids home tomorrow for fear of violence. And it's not the first time TikTok has been at the center of violence in schools. In September, students were challenged to damage or steal school property. And then just last month, they were dared to record themselves slapping a teacher and running away. But as Tahalil Mohadin explains, this latest challenge is the most violent yet.
That's right. These threats include potential gun violence, and officials from the Department of Justice say in the past few days, their threat reporting system, Speak Up, Speak Out, has seen an increase in anonymous tips. Several schools in our area, including Madison, Oregon, and Monona districts, have partnered with local law enforcement to stay vigilant.
You have to follow that up and do due diligence on it.
Madison police officers are working to reassure parents and students.
We have asked, as time and circumstances permit, to please give some extra visibility to the schools, just to reassure, but also, just to be more vigilant.
After a video encouraging violence in schools tomorrow spread on TikTok, they're staying vigilant.
There are a lot of guns in the hands of school-aged people, and that unfortunately there's a greater willingness, it seems, for those folks to use weapons in encounters that become very violent.
But MPD Captain Jason Friedman says when it comes to TikTok challenges, those threats aren't very credible.
It's vague, it's non-specific. We also know that it's very atypical for folks who actually mean to cause harm to broadcast it in this way.
Not credible, but not harmless either. Officials from the state's Office of School Safety calling the trend concerning.
They cause quite a bit of panic,
causing police to pull their resources from other areas.
We have to do something. We can't ignore it outright, right? So in the time that those officers are at a school or looking at this information, it means they can't be looking or doing something else. And that means there's a trade-off in resources, and that can have real-world implications.
Still, for some parents, keeping their kid home from school tomorrow is the best option.
Everybody's got to do what feels comfortable to them. And if they don't feel comfortable going to school, then that's a decision that the family needs to make for themselves.
Officials from Madison Police say should these threats escalate or lead to new threats, they would respond with greater action.
And this is not just a Dane County or Madison issue. Elsewhere in the state, authorities are also taking action and warning districts and parents of the online trend. Up in Green Bay, a teenage student was arrested Tuesday after making threats against Preble High School. It was actually the second social media threat made against the school this week alone. We're getting a look at some of the damage left behind by last night's storms. Damage reports span much of the state, but some areas were hit harder than others. The video right next to me here is from the Green Bay area overnight, mostly just downed trees and power lines there. This next video is from the small city of Stanley, east of Eau Claire. In addition to the trees and power lines here, buildings are also damaged with shingles and debris littering the streets. Officials say no injuries have been reported, but the cleanup will be immense.
In the northern part of the state, we're seeing some significant damage in Taylor County, showing just how serious the storm was there. After it blew through, Matt Bunkelman says he and his girlfriend found the roof of his shop in his field a quarter of a mile away. Luckily, no injuries were reported there either. And in western Wisconsin, the wind caused significant damage to one of the biggest lights displays in the Midwest. This is the Rotary Lights in La Crosse. The damage forced the display to be closed for the day, but they plan to reopen tomorrow. Organizers say the damage will cost tens of thousands of dollars to fix. Before last night, Rotary Lights has never closed before in its 26-year history.
Alliant Energy is asking customers to be patient while it restores power to dozens of homes in the area. The company says at least 80,000 customers lost power last last night, scattered across Wisconsin and Iowa. Crews have restored power to the majority of customers, with about 10,000 still without. Alliant hopes to have everyone's power restored by tomorrow. And there were still a few wind gusts throughout the day today, but things calmed down and get back to more seasonable weather. Let's get a look at our certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton.
It does feel a lot more like December out on the patio tonight. Still a bit breezy, but definitely not as gusty as we were this time yesterday. It is 27 degrees currently in Madison, really throughout southern Wisconsin, trending in the upper 20s right now. Compared to this time yesterday, though, about a 38-degree drop for us in Madison. So much cooler outside, and that will continue to be a trend for us with temperatures falling overnight and a cooler day for Friday ahead. Our Doppler track right now, quiet. That's how it's going to stay overnight. And as we look at these storm reports over the last really 36 to 48 hours, stretching from western Wisconsin all the way through Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, and Kansas, a lot of wind damage and also several confirmed tornadoes on the ground. We'll look at those reports a little more in just a bit. As we look forward, though, the highlights here to know that the wind's backing off for us. That's some good news. It's still going to be chilly outside, though. It definitely does feel like we are heading into Christmas week. It doesn't look like it, though, as we're not expecting much of a snow chance really in the next 10 days. A mostly quiet and dry forecast with possibly a few flurries mixed in, but not seeing that measurable chance really building in for us by Christmas Eve. But we'll look ahead to when we might at least see a few snowflakes swirling around in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. The Badger women's volleyball team tonight in Columbus, Ohio. The Final Four trying to take down the top seed in the entire field, unbeaten Louisville.
UW just 2 wins away from a national championship, and it was a thriller tonight. Sports director Zach Hanley joins us with an update.
Yeah, they've talked about it all since media day, all the way back before the season started. It's national championship or bust for this group. It's why Dana Retke, Sydney Hilly, Lauren Barnes, and Grace Loberg came back to make program history. But first things first, you got to get past top-seeded Louisville in the national semifinals. Jump to the third, tied at a set apiece, and that's when Anna Smrek took the match over. The freshman finds the hole and fills it. She finished with a team-high 20 kills. Then later in the set, Dana Retke welcomes the Cardinals to her block party as Wisconsin closed the set on an 8-2 run. Now Louisville would win the 4th set, so it would go to 5, and Smrek came up clutch again. The big swing sends Wisconsin on to the national championship. So they win a thriller 3-2 and hands Louisville their first loss of the season. Jordan Reed was there for it all, and she joins us live from Columbus. Jordan, all I can say is wow.
Honestly, Zach, I am still trying to process that match, and it ended, what, like 45 minutes ago? It was an absolute nail-biter, and honestly, Kelly Sheffield, he described it best, and he did it in one word: epic. It was an epic battle between Wisconsin and Louisville. And, you know, in those moments of high stress, the Badgers, they just kept it really simple. They just kept the focus on keeping their feet under them, and honestly, in the end, it paid off.
Let's stay right here. Stay where your feet are, and let's move past the previous point. Let's find a way to get the next point.
Once the 5th set came, it was 0-0. It was just a race to 15 at that point when we were tied 2-2. But gosh, in a rank of matches, that was all time. That was 2 teams battling it out. That was a lot of fun.
Well, now the Badgers are just one more match away from bringing home the program's first ever national title. Now, that match is going to take place on Saturday. They're going to face either Nebraska or Pittsburgh. Now, that match is still going on right now, but that's all I got for you. I'm going to send it back to you in studio, Eric.
All right, what a game. Jordan Reed live in Columbus. Topping our coronavirus headlines tonight, the Omicron variant has made its way down to Dane County. In a briefing today, officials say 3 cases have been confirmed, but the number could soon rise. Public Health Director Janelle Heinrich addressed it today.
Given the highly transmissible nature of Omicron, it's likely more. But I want to take a moment to reiterate that while Omicron deserves our attention, we should not panic.
Today, Governor Evers says he's hoping to learn more soon about getting federal help from FEMA to help fill staffing shortages in Wisconsin hospitals. But if that isn't enough, the governor says there are other options.
An emergency hospital is an option for us, but we believe the first step should be to get people into these hospitals that are overrun and really have a shortage of people. We're getting close, but we believe our initial step is to find the human resources first before we build a hospital.
Now, you may remember during the start of the pandemic, an alternative care facility was built on the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds in West Allis.
The CDC's vaccine advisors are now unanimously recommending Moderna and Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine over Johnson & Johnson's. The new recommendation follows new data, which indicates that a blood clotting syndrome associated with the J&J vaccine is more common than previously believed, while still very rare. But with the safety and effectiveness of the mRNA vaccines well established, the panel says Moderna and Pfizer should always be the first choice. More than 97% of active U.S. military troops have been vaccinated against COVID. That means some 35,000 service members are still unvaccinated. The military is in the process of reviewing thousands of requests for exemptions. Both the Army and Navy say they will start discharging people who refuse to get the shot without an approved or pending exemption. Meanwhile, the Air Force and Marines started discharging members this week who refused to follow the vaccine mandate.
President Biden honoring 3 American heroes with the most prestigious decoration in the U.S. military today. The president bestowed the first 2 medals of honor to 2 Army sergeants who died in combat. They are Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cache, who died in Iraq, and Sergeant First Class Christopher Solis, who died in Afghanistan in 2018. Their families accepted the medals for their loved ones. Army Master Sergeant Earl Plumley was the only living Medal of Honor recipient at today's ceremony. New tonight, the U.S. Senate this evening confirming former Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett as the new ambassador to Luxembourg. The White House announcing Barrett's nomination back in August. The president of the Milwaukee Common Council, Cavalier Johnson, will take over as the city of Milwaukee's interim mayor. Barrett has served in that role since back in 2004.
3 lawsuits seeking to blame former President Trump for the U.S. Capitol riots will go to court in less than a month. The judge says he will hold hearings on whether the cases should be dismissed on January 10th. Democratic lawmakers filed 2 of the suits, claiming Trump and others incited the riot through their words and actions. 2 U.S. Capitol police officers filed the 3rd lawsuit. Neither Trump or his advisors have been charged with any crimes. The 12 remaining missionaries kidnapped by an armed gang in Haiti 2 months ago have been released. 17 missionaries representing Christian Aid Ministries were kidnapped on October 16th while driving through a Port-au-Prince suburb. The gang initially demanded $1 million per hostage. It is unclear why the group was released and whether the ransom was paid. The cause of death of the 10 Astro World Festival victims being publicly released tonight. According to Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences, the cause of death for all the victims was compression asphyxia. The manner of death was determined as an accident. Drugs were said to be a factor in one of the deaths. On November 5th, the 10 people died at the music festival as the crowd stormed the stage.
Wisconsin Department of Justice investigating an officer-involved shooting that happened in Beloit last night near Prairie Avenue at Copeland. Police say officers were investigating a crash when a man walked up, tried to take a sergeant's weapon, leading to that shooting. The suspect was taken to the hospital. We haven't gotten an update yet on that person's condition. New information this evening about the woman who died in a duplex fire in Baraboo earlier in the week, now identified as 79-year-old Carolyn Hanley. The fire started in a home in the corner of 4th and Barker Sunday night. 2 other people and a cat were rescued, but Hanley and a dog died in the fire. The cause of that fire remains unknown.
Workers of the Mayfield, Kentucky candle factory that was hit by a deadly tornado last Friday night are suing their employer. The workers allege they were told they would be fired if they left work ahead of the storm. Their class action lawsuit asks for financial compensation. A spokesperson for the company that owns the factory has said that supervisors working that night all denied telling the workers they would be fired. The First Lady of Kentucky is launching a toy drive for children in her state impacted by the storms. They're collecting toys, books, electronics, and gift cards. Thousands of toys have already been donated, and it will run through Saturday. The team is getting it all ready to be shipped to Western Kentucky pickup sites.
And our own Chris Reese lived in Western Kentucky for a good portion of his life, worked with the Red Cross this week to organize a virtual fundraiser that we are proud to be a part of. And that virtual telethon will take place tomorrow right here on News 3 Now. We hope you'll join us and donate to send hope to those southern states affected. And still to come tonight, your updated forecast and a peek at what's in store for our weekend.
A winter favorite in Madison making a comeback in a few months after taking last year off. Stay with us.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
This year, don't just get ready, get holiday ready. And the only place to start is at your local Ford dealer. Get the Ford SUV that's perfect for your family's holiday traditions. Ford Explorer, Escape, or Bronco Sport with our best offers of the season. Inventory is arriving daily, so see your Ford dealer today and get holiday ready. Now get a Ford Edge with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,500 bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Welcome back to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, where the action's really heating up.
Yeah, Jerry, let's go down to Tina and see what's happening.
Thanks, guys. We're here with Cheryl and Greg, and they just won the huge jackpot. What are you guys gonna do with all that cash?
We're gonna go to Fiji.
See my mom. Hi, Mom. They're going to visit Mom. Maybe they'll take her on vacation.
Oh, it looks like a great day for Cheryl and Greg.
Hey, I wish I could join them.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry.
I know. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
How do you use your energy? Celebrating the people you love? Mixing up smiles? Making each day brighter than the last? At Alliant Energy, we bring more clean, renewable energy to our customers every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about each other. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Hi, folks. Tomorrow, don't let your holiday season go up in flames. We'll share the most common causes of holiday fires and how to keep your family and your home safe.
And we're perhaps tracking a holiday cool down with chances for snow in time for Christmas. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. Wisconsin's unemployment rate tied a record low of 3% in November, a number last hit exactly 3 years ago. The state's rate is well below the national unemployment rate of 4.2% for the same month. From October to November, Wisconsin added more than 12,000 private sector jobs. If you're waiting for the housing market to cool off before buying a home, you may be waiting a while longer. According to a government report out today, housing starts and building permits in November rose more than expected from October levels. It indicates that people are still eager to buy new houses, especially since the pandemic is still a big concern, which is keeping prices high.
Major grant announcement today for more than 24 nonprofits focused on equity. The CUNA Mutual Group's foundation voting to invest a total of $4 million in 28 organizations. $2 million of that going to the Urban League of Greater Madison and the Center for Black Excellence and Culture. Urban League says it'll use the money for building the Black Business Hub that'll be located in South Madison on Park Street. The annual Winter Carnival will return in person at the UW Memorial Union in February. After moving to a hybrid virtual and in-person event last year, the more than 80-year-old tradition will be back fully in person from February 7th to 12th. The union says the iconic inflatable replica of the Statue of Liberty on a frozen Lake Mendota will return, along with a skiing and snowboarding contest, along with others.
And here's meteorologist Dana Fulton with a look at your certified most accurate forecast.
I do want to backpedal just a little bit. Again, still talking about that event passing through yesterday, as it was such a record-breaking day for so many reasons. We did, of course, break the daily record high and the December monthly high temperature in Madison at 68 degrees. We also had the warmest December day on record in all of Wisconsin, and Boscobel hitting 72 degrees. The most severe weather reports coming in December since 2000, so that's a record over 20 years old, and also the most reported 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts, or over 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts in any 24-hour period. That's nationwide with this event coming through. Looking back again, we had 117 severe thunderstorm warnings, 71 tornado warnings spanning from Nebraska and Kansas into western Wisconsin. For us, that tornado watch that was in effect yesterday, the first time a tornado watch has been issued in Wisconsin in December. So a very record-breaking day for us, and now we're certainly again moving in a new direction. Those storm reports for us in southwestern Wisconsin really including those higher wind gusts coming through. In Dodgeville, just after 8 p.m., wind speeds picking up in the mid-50s, 56 miles per hour. And in Viroqua, just after 9 p.m., seeing wind speeds at about 61 miles per hour. While it's still breezy, it's not quite that windy outside anymore. 27 currently in Madison, 28 Mineral Point. Compared to this time yesterday, again, about a 35-degree temperature drop in the last 24 hours. Wind speeds right now backing off quite a bit, falling into the single digits overnight. Now coming from the west-northwest, so that's cooler air, and that's going to continue to be the trend overnight and as we look ahead to your Friday. Early Friday morning, low temperatures will be in the lower 20s. Pretty seasonable for the start of the day and for the afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies later in the day, with high temperatures near freezing. There's a slight chance to see a flurry late Friday or early Saturday. You can see some of the lighter snow chance really trending to the north Saturday. And we might see a few snowflakes swirling around early Saturday, but I think most of the area is just going to stay dry and chilly for the next few days. For Saturday, high temperatures yet again close to freezing. So a very seasonable stretch aside from Monday. Monday, we see a brief little warm up, mostly sunny skies, climbing to the mid to upper 30s for afternoon highs. And then we're right back close to average heading into next week. Of course, next week, Christmas week, we have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day creeping in towards the end of the forecast, and there is a possibility to see some light flurries on Christmas Eve into Christmas morning, something that we're keeping an eye on right now. It doesn't look like a measurable event, but we could have a few snowflakes swirling about towards the end of next week. It's still going to be chilly outside. High temperatures will be in the low 30s, and overnight lows dropping down into the upper teens for a few nights for us heading into the following weekend.
And coming up in sports, there's a former Badger in charge in Jacksonville, not Barry Alvarez. Why the new title isn't new to Darrell Bevel. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
Better bring that home for the holidays.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Here's a secret worth sharing. Robertson, Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, wants you to experience Botox with the best. Take $50 off your first Botox visit and discover why it's the #1 non-surgical treatment in the nation. It's time to learn how Botox is different at Robertson.
Tossed, buffalo, sauce, hot honey, flipped, boneless, dipped, Arby's, razzled, buffalo, dazzled, hot honey, $5 boneless wings and crinkle fries deal. Arby's, we have the meat.
These days, Social Security is denying more disability claims than ever. If you can't work, it can be harder to win benefits. I'm attorney Don Becker. Now more than ever, you need an experienced disability lawyer. For over 30 years, my firm has helped people win benefits. Disability law is all we do.
The Becker Law Office, 608-640-3868.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Menards has the tools and accessories you need to get the job done. This 16-gauge pneumatic straight finish nailer is ideal for trim work and other fine finish applications. Only $119. Pair it with this 50-foot Flexzilla hybrid air hose. It's lightweight, won't kink under pressure, and will remain flexible in all types of weather. On sale for $39.99 after rebate. Plus, give the perfect gift with the Menards gift card.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
This might look like a cliffhanger.
But this is the Nissan sales event ad.
Save up to $42.62 on select models.
Better bring that home for the holidays.
The grind of the college football season catches up to everyone. Even a guy whose nickname is War Machine, you know, from the movie Iron Man. Well, down the stretch, Braylon Allen was banged up. His shins, quads, ankles, or as he put it today, his entire lower body wasn't 100%. But now after some time away to rest and recover, the freshman running back says he feels good, which isn't so good if you play defense for Arizona State.
I tried not to come back to the facility too often. We had about a week where it was you were pretty much on your own, and try not to come back too much. Just kind of let my body do some natural healing, and then after that week, I started coming back and doing my rehab. And since I've been out here practicing, I've been able to been feeling a lot better.
Now, the Packers could be without one of their best defensive players against the Ravens. Head coach Matt LaFleur said today that Kenny Clark has been placed on the reserve COVID-19 list. To play, Clark would need 2 negative tests with 24 hours in between before Sunday. This season, the Pro Bowl defensive tackle has 4 sacks and 7 TFLs. After 13 games as the Jaguars head coach, Urban Meyer is out. And that means that man, Darrell Bevell, is calling the shots in Jacksonville. The former Badger quarterback was named the Jags interim head coach this afternoon, a title that isn't new to him. Remember, last season he served as the Lions interim head coach and beat the Bears in his head coaching debut. Well, the list keeps growing for the Bucs, and not in a good way. Bobby Portis is listed out due to health and safety protocols. So now it's Portis, Giannis, Dante DiVincenzo, and Wesley Matthews all out due to protocols for the Pelicans game tomorrow night. High school girls hockey, Madison Metro taking on Rock County. The Lynx got off to a great start in this one. Already up 1-0. Grace Bunnell dangles and then flips it up and into the back of the net to give Madison Metro a 2-goal lead in the first period. Rock County, though, would answer just before the horn. Emma Kilgora sneaks the puck through the net and cuts the lead in half. But the Lynx stay perfect on the ice. They win 7-1 the final. We're back after this.
Hey, Lexus, play holiday music.
We've been waiting all year to come together. Have a happy and safe holiday season from Lexus.
Belly pooch. Muffin top. Back fat. Sound familiar?
Stubborn fat is not your fault. We can help you here at Sonobello by permanently removing that stubborn body fat.
It's not just about inches lost, it's about changing people's lives and giving them the confidence they deserve to have.
Sonobello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist with board-certified surgeons who are dedicated to transforming lives with permanent fat removal in just one visit.
We're the leading experts because we are passionate about what we do. Wherever there's excess fat, we can remove it.
At Sonobello, we're here to help you reach your goals so that you can live your life to the fullest.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now and find out how you can get $250 off instantly.
Call 1-888-740-3917 or go to sonobello.com.
With a Ford F-150 and an available Pro Power onboard generator, you're not just ready, you're holiday ready. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 60 and 500 retail bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance when you sign up for Ford Pass Rewards. See your Ford dealer today.
Now at Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and receive $400 off stressless Mayfair recliners and office chairs, $200 off any stressless recliner and office chair, and $200 off each stressless sofa seat. Don't wait. It's time for stressless. Donate and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Embrace winter with a cabin getaway. Madison Magazine takes you on a tour of amazing Wisconsin rentals. From rustic to whimsical, high-end to historic, your snowy escape awaits. Check out Madison Magazine online and on newsstands now. Madison Magazine makes holiday gift-giving easy this season. Get 50% off 1- and 2-year subscriptions. Go to store.madisonmagazine.com, enter promo code WINTER2021, and give the gift of Madison Magazine.
We've been waiting all year to come together. Have a happy and safe holiday season from Lexus.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, what could be the oldest globe ever to go to auction is being put up for sale in London. Believed to have originated around 1550, this globe depicts the world before the entire continent of Australia was known to exist. The priceless artifact features the Greek god Triton as well as mythical sea monsters. Measuring only about 3.5 inches in diameter, it is one of the earliest terrestrial globes known to exist.
It'd be kind of cool just to look at it. See what they thought was out there all those years ago. Let's go back to Dana. Final check of the forecast.
That is super good. Cool. I don't think my bid would be any close to being accepted into that one, though. I think Gary might have a chance for it. We do have some flurries in the forecast for late Friday into Saturday. Just a slight chance to maybe see some flurries. Otherwise, mostly dry forecast, really extending through the weekend into the start of next week. It's a little colder outside, more seasonal. It feels like December. High temperatures in the low 30s, overnight lows near 20. And towards the end of the forecast, we get closer to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We might see some more flurry chances built back in.
All right, Dana, thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.